Do you ever feel like your home is running you instead of you running your home? You wake up, look around, and the dishes, the clothes, the papers, they've taken over. But here's the truth. Some women never let their homes get messy, and it's not because they have more time or energy. It's because they follow a few tiny habits that change everything. Let me give you the first one right away, the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. Wash the cup right after tea. Hang the sweater instead of leaving it on the chair. Toss the junk mail before it piles up. Margaret, a 72-year-old from Ohio, told me this simple habit gave her weekends back. Now I finish in seconds instead of hours, she said. That's how powerful this small shift can be. And this is just the beginning, because habit 7, which I'll share later, doesn't just clear your home, it clears your mind. In fact, it's the one habit I wish every senior would start today. Stay with me, because missing it could mean you're always fighting clutter no matter how hard you try. Welcome to the Senior Nest, where we help older adults create homes that are safer, calmer, and filled with joy. If you've ever wanted less stress and more peace in your space, you're in the right place. Now, let's dive straight into the rest of these habits. Because once you start applying even 2 or 3 of them, you'll realize keeping your home tidy is not about working harder, it's about working smarter. 1. The 2-minute rule. The greatest enemy of order is delay. When we say, "I'll do it later," we invite clutter to grow. That's why the 2-minute rule is so powerful. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it right away. Wash the cup after tea, fold the sweater before it lands on the chair, or sort today's mail instead of letting it pile into tomorrow's problem. These may seem like tiny actions, but for older adults, they carry enormous meaning. Small steps save the body from heavy lifting on weekends. They keep walkways clear to prevent accidents, and they lighten the mind from the stress of facing a messy room. I remember visiting Margaret, a 72-year-old in Ohio who used to spend entire Saturdays catching up on housework. After embracing this rule, she told me, "Now I finish in seconds instead of hours. My weekends belong to me again." Or George, 68, who lives with chronic back pain. For him, taking 2 minutes to put away clothes or wash a dish isn't about tidiness. It's about preserving energy and protecting his health. "Doing it now saves me from bending and straining later," he said. At the Senior Nest, we see this habit not as a chore, but as freedom. Freedom from exhausting cleaning marathons, freedom from embarrassment when guests arrive unexpectedly, and freedom from the feeling of being behind in your own home. Every small 2-minute victory is an investment, not just in order, but in health, dignity, and peace of mind. 2. A home for every item. Have you ever lost your keys, your glasses, or even an important document and felt that wave of frustration wash over you? For many older adults, those moments aren't just inconvenient, they are stressful and sometimes even unsafe. That's why the second habit is so transformative. A home for every item. When everything has a clear, permanent place, your home begins to run smoothly like a system that takes care of you. Think about it, a hook by the door where your keys always go. A labeled basket in the kitchen cabinet just for medications. A drawer with folders where bills and important documents live. These aren't small details, they are lifelines. Linda, a 70-year-old in California, once told me, "I used to panic when my husband needed his pills and I couldn't find them. Now they're always in one basket in one spot. The stress is gone." For her, order wasn't about neatness, it was about peace and safety. The beauty of this habit is that it saves both time and energy. No more wasted minutes searching, no more duplicate purchases because you couldn't find what you already had, no more last-minute chaos before leaving the house. And beyond convenience, it offers dignity. Having control over your belongings reminds you that you are still in charge of your life, not at the mercy of clutter or forgetfulness. At the Senior Nest, we believe that giving every item a home is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It's a system that works quietly in the background, freeing your mind and your body for the things that truly matter. like enjoying your morning coffee, welcoming family, or simply sitting in your favorite chair without the nagging thought, "Where did I put that?" 3. The nighttime reset. Most mornings begin the night before. Yet so many people end their day in a rush, dropping clothes on a chair, leaving dishes in the sink, promising themselves they'll fix it all tomorrow. The truth is, tomorrow always feels heavier when tonight is unfinished. That's why the third habit matters so much, the nighttime reset. Just 15 minutes before bed can set the stage for a calmer, brighter day. Picture this, a quiet walk through your home before you turn out the lights. You gather the cups into the kitchen, fold the blanket on the sofa, place your shoes neatly by the door. In the kitchen, you set out the coffee maker, wash the fruit for breakfast, or clear the table for a fresh start. In your bedroom, you lay out tomorrow's clothes, shoes, accessories, even the sweater you'll wear for your morning walk. These are small rituals, but they carry enormous power. Charles, an 80-year-old widower, once told me he used to wake up to chaos. Every morning I felt behind before I even started. When he adopted a nighttime reset, everything changed. "Now I wake up to calm, not chaos," he said. "My mornings feel lighter, my mind feels clearer." For him, it wasn't just about organization, it was about reclaiming his mornings and with them his peace. The deeper gift of this habit is that it protects both your time and your health. Instead of starting the day with stress, you begin with order. Instead of searching for lost items, you move with confidence. And instead of carrying yesterday's mess into today, you create space for joy, energy, and connection. At the Senior Nest, we see the nighttime reset as an act of kindness to your future self. It's not about perfection, it's about peace. Each evening you prepare a little, you're really saying, "Tomorrow I deserve ease. Tomorrow I deserve calm." And that simple promise makes all the difference. 4. Clean as you go. Have you ever cooked a meal, enjoyed it, and then stared at a mountain of dirty dishes waiting for you, or stepped into the bathroom only to see soap stains and water spots reminding you of chores you left behind? This is where the fourth habit comes in, and it may be one of the most liberating of all: clean as you go. The secret isn't cleaning harder, it's cleaning sooner. While you're cooking, wash utensils as you finish with them. Let them soak in warm, soapy water and rinse them during cooking breaks. When you spill something on the counter, wipe it immediately. After brushing your teeth, rinse the sink so it's fresh for the next time. After showering, take a few seconds to wipe the tiles and prevent slippery buildup. These actions take moments, but they save hours. For older adults, this habit does even more than keep things tidy. It prevents strain on the body. Instead of bending, scrubbing, and standing for long periods, you break tasks into tiny, gentle movements that fit naturally into your day. And it protects safety. Floors stay dry, walkways stay clear, and your home remains a space of ease, not risk. I remember George, a 68-year-old who loved cooking but dreaded the cleanup. He admitted, "I used to cook less just to avoid the mess after." Once he began cleaning as he cooked, washing knives and cutting boards before moving to the next step, he laughed and said, "Now by the time dinner is ready, the kitchen is almost clean too." I actually enjoy cooking again. What he gained wasn't just a clean kitchen, it was freedom to enjoy what he loved without dread of the aftermath. At the Senior Nest, we believe cleaning as you go is not about chores, it's about flow. It's about letting your home breathe with you instead of piling burdens for your future self. Each small act of cleaning while you live is a gift to your health, to your peace, and to the joy of being fully present in your home. 5. The 5-minute strategy. How often do we say, "I'll clean when I have more time"? And yet that more time rarely comes. Hours slip by, days roll into weeks, and the house feels heavier with every passing moment. The truth is, waiting for the perfect block of time is what keeps most homes stuck in clutter. That's why the fifth habit is so powerful, the 5-minute strategy. Instead of waiting for hours, use the pockets of time you already have. 5 minutes while the kettle boils, while the TV commercials play, or while you're waiting for someone to arrive. In that small window, you can fold 2 towels, clear a countertop, or tidy the shoes by the door. These may seem like tiny tasks, but 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there transform the whole feel of your home. For older adults, this strategy is not just about tidiness, it's about energy management. Long cleaning sessions can be exhausting, even discouraging. But short bursts fit gently into the rhythm of your day. They protect your back, save your knees, and prevent the feeling of being overwhelmed. And because results are visible almost instantly, the reward is both practical and emotional. John, a 70-year-old from Texas, shared with me how this habit surprised him. He said, "One morning I wiped down the kitchen counter while my coffee was heating. Later that day, while waiting for a call, I folded the laundry. By the evening, my house felt different and I didn't feel tired at all." For John, 5 minutes was no longer small, it was powerful. At the Senior Nest, we see the 5-minute strategy as a way of reclaiming time that would otherwise be wasted. It teaches us that consistency, not intensity, is what brings peace to a home. Every 5 minutes invested in order is 5 minutes invested in freedom. The freedom to rest, to enjoy family, and to live in a space that feels light and welcoming. 6. The weekly review. Most people wait until their home feels out of control before they act. They clean in a rush, get exhausted, and promise themselves it won't get messy again until it does. The truth is, no home stays perfect without maintenance. That's why the 6th habit is essential, the weekly review. 1 calm hour each week to gently reset your home before little problems grow into big ones. Think of it like a health checkup for your space. During this review, you don't scrub floors or deep clean closets. You simply put things back, remove what's expired, and notice what needs adjustment. In the kitchen, you check the pantry, toss what's stale, and make sure everything has its place. In the bedroom, you look at the wardrobe, are clothes piling up? In the living room, you clear papers, magazines, or small items that wandered in. These small resets prevent chaos from ever taking root. For older adults, this habit carries an even deeper meaning. It creates rhythm. It prevents the frustration of not knowing where something is. And it offers safety, since clutter left unchecked often creates tripping hazards. More than that, it nurtures peace of mind. Knowing that once a week you'll gently restore order takes away the pressure of needing to be perfect every day. I remember Susan, a 75-year-old in Florida, who told me that before adopting this habit, she felt constantly behind in her own home. But now, every Sunday afternoon, she spends 1 quiet hour walking through her house, restoring order. "It's like I breathe new air each week," she said. "My home feels ready, and so do I." At the Senior Nest, we believe the weekly review is more than tidying, it's an act of self-respect. It reminds you that a well-cared-for home doesn't require perfection, just steady attention. With 1 dedicated hour, you prepare your space and your spirit for another week of calm and confidence. 7. The input-output mindset. Have you ever opened a closet or a drawer and felt overwhelmed, not by what's missing, but by how much is crammed inside? For many people, the problem isn't that they don't organize, it's that they simply have too much. That's why the 7th habit may be the most important of all, the input-output mindset. For every item that comes into your home, one should go out. This habit changes everything. It keeps clutter from creeping in at the door. It stops belongings from piling up faster than you can manage. And for older adults, it's more than tidiness, it's safety. A crowded home creates tripping hazards, dust, and stress. A lighter home creates freedom, clarity, and peace of mind. Margaret, the 72-year-old from Ohio, once shared with me, "When I bought a new winter coat, I donated my old one. It felt like breathing again." Her closet wasn't just neater, it was easier to use, and her mornings grew calmer. Another example is Harold, 76, who used to keep every appliance he ever bought. His garage was packed. When he began asking himself, "Do I really need this?" Each time he shopped, he found not only more space, but also more savings. The deeper gift of this mindset is that it reshapes how we think about possessions. We realize that owning less doesn't mean living with less comfort. It means surrounding ourselves only with what we truly use and love. It means saying goodbye to guilt over unused gifts or to fear of letting go. And it means giving ourselves room, both physical and emotional, to live more fully in the present. At the Senior Nest, we see the input-output habit as a promise to yourself. Your home will not weigh you down. Each time you bring something new in, you give something old away. And in that steady rhythm, your space stays open, safe, and ready for what really matters, life itself. 8. The label and category system. Have you ever opened a drawer knowing exactly what you're looking for and still couldn't find it? You search once, twice, and finally give up, only to discover it weeks later in the wrong place. For many families, the problem isn't that things don't get organized, it's that the system relies too much on memory. That's why the 8th habit is so effective, the label and category system. Instead of expecting yourself or anyone else to remember where everything belongs, you let the home do the remembering for you. In the pantry, labels mark where spices go, where canned food belongs, where snacks are stored. In the closet, boxes and drawers are labeled for socks, accessories, or seasonal clothing. In the medicine cabinet, each container carries clear words or even pictures for its purpose. Suddenly, anyone in the family, whether it's a spouse, a grandchild, or a caregiver, can put things back exactly where they belong. For older adults, this habit is more than convenience, it's empowerment. As memory changes with age, a clear visual system ensures independence. No more second-guessing, no more frustration of asking, "Where did I put that again?" Linda, 70, told me, "Once I labeled my shelves, my granddaughter could put groceries away for me and nothing ever got lost." For her, labels didn't just organize food, they created moments of teamwork and relief. The power of categories and labels is that they bring calm to daily life. You stop wasting time searching. You reduce stress when others help you. And you create an order that lasts because it no longer depends on memory or mood. So the home itself becomes a guide, gentle and clear. At the Senior Nest, we see labeling not as a rigid rule, but as a gift of clarity. It's about making life lighter for you and for those who share your home. When everything has a name and a category, confusion disappears, and what remains is ease, cooperation, and peace. 9. The transition zone. Have you ever walked into your home and dropped the mail on the table, your bag on a chair, and your shoes wherever they landed? Hours later, those temporary items have spread everywhere, clutter without a home. The truth is, not everything in our house has a permanent place the moment it arrives. That's why the 9th habit is a lifesaver, the transition zone. A transition zone is a small intentional space for things in between. The groceries you just brought in, the jacket you only wore for an hour, the mail you haven't sorted yet, all of them need a temporary landing spot. At the entrance, this could be a basket for keys and letters, a hook for coats, a tray for shoes. In the bedroom, it might be a chair or hanger for clothes that aren't ready for the laundry but don't belong back in the closet either. In the kitchen, it could be one section of the counter reserved for groceries before they are stored away. These simple zones keep the rest of the house safe from clutter spilling into every corner. For older adults, transition zones also bring security and ease. Instead of scattering items across the home, they gather neatly in one place. This reduces tripping hazards, keeps essential items within reach, and makes it easier for family or caregivers to help. I remember Mary, 74, who used to spend half her mornings searching for yesterday's mail. Once she set a small tray by the front door, she laughed and said, "It's like my home finally learned how to greet me." The key is discipline. Transition zones are not storage, they are waiting areas. Once a day or once every other day, you empty them. Papers are filed or recycled, groceries are put away, clothes go to the closet or the hamper. In this rhythm, the home flows smoothly with no buildup, no frustration. At the Senior Nest, we see transition zones as a bridge between chaos and calm. They honor the truth that life is always moving, that not everything finds its place instantly. But with a gentle system, even the in-between becomes peaceful. And in that peace, your home stays clear, your steps stay safe, and your heart feels lighter. 10. The daily maintenance routine. Have you ever noticed how quickly a home can slip from tidy to chaotic in just one day? You make the bed late, leave a few dishes in the sink, drop clothes on a chair, and by evening it feels like the whole house is working against you. That's why the 10th and final habit is so powerful, the daily maintenance routine. Instead of waiting for mess to build, you weave small acts of care into the natural rhythm of your day. This routine isn't about scrubbing floors or doing heavy cleaning. It's about micro habits that take seconds but add up to transformation. In the morning, make the bed. It sets the tone of order for the entire day. After meals, wash your plate instead of stacking it in the sink. When leaving a room, do a quick scan, shoes back on the rack, blanket folded, lights off. Before bed, spend 10 minutes resetting the home, just enough to ensure you'll wake to calm instead of chaos. These little steps, repeated daily, create a cycle of peace that never breaks. For older adults, daily maintenance is also about protecting energy. Long, heavy cleaning sessions can be exhausting and even unsafe. But short, gentle tasks prevent the buildup that demands hours of effort. It keeps walkways safe, reduces stress, and builds confidence that the home is always ready for life's moments, whether it's a surprise visitor or simply your own morning coffee in a fresh space. I think of Helen, a 78-year-old who once told me she dreaded Mondays because her weekend left the house messy. When she adopted a daily reset, just 10 minutes each night, her outlook changed completely. Now, I wake up every day feeling like my home is welcoming me, she said. I don't carry yesterday's weight into today. At the Senior Nest, we see daily maintenance not as housework but as self-care. It's a gentle agreement with yourself to keep life light, to protect your well-being, and to honor the space you call home. And the beauty is it doesn't require perfection, only consistency. Because in the end, it's the small daily actions, not the rare big ones, that give us the freedom to live peacefully every single day. These 10 habits are not about perfection, they are about freedom. Freedom from overwhelming chores, freedom from clutter that steals your peace, and freedom to enjoy your home every single day. By choosing small, consistent actions, you create a safe, calm, and welcoming space that truly takes care of you. At the Senior Nest, we believe every home can be lighter, every day can feel calmer, and every step can be safer. Start with one habit today and let it lead you to a new rhythm of living. And remember, this is only the beginning. In our next videos, we'll share even more ways to bring health, joy, and ease into your home and your life.